If I didn't know better, that smells like the weekend.
I believe that smells like the weekend, doesn't it? Hi, everybody. Do you remember the 21st day of September? Body, yaddy, yaddy, yah, as Earth, Wind, and Fire once sang, because we're here. Happy Friday, September 21st, 2018. I am Dan Cooch, your host. He's back. Steve Hare, the birthday boy, with the latest news. Cat in the cradle with a silver spoon, and we got a great show for you today. How are you? First of all, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
We missed you around here.
Yeah, well, everybody has to take a little time off now and then.
It's absolutely understandable.
Yeah,
You need to recharge the batteries. You need to step away from the day-to-day grind and just kind of enjoy doing things that you like to do without.
And it's always nice to come back to a job.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Nobody Wally pipped you.
Nobody Wally pipped me.
Yeah, that was always good news. Steve is back. He's got the news. We got a lot of news. We got a lot of sports. We got a lot of everything. It's another one of those deals. We got a 5-pound show and a 4-pound bag. You think we can do it?
I think we can do it.
Yeah.
A little squeeze here and there.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Got my shoehorn, so.
It's Steve celebrating a birthday today, and we have a special surprise for you, Steve.
No,
you
you
don't know
don't.
about this. This is he's on tour. He's in Amsterdam, but we have him via Skype to wish Steve a special happy birthday greetings. Welcome via Skype, Ringo Starr, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. Ringo, go right ahead.
No, I guess we
lost him. Did we lose him? Yeah. Oh, gosh.
A little schedule conflict there, probably.
Okay, we'll work on that. We'll work on that.
Everybody.
Great weekend. Last day of summer. Don't forget about that. The autumnal equinox is tomorrow at 6:54 in the afternoon or evening, as it is. But we're not exactly at that 12 and 12 thing. 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of darkness. That's not going to happen until about Tuesday of next week, Tuesday or Wednesday.
Well, it happens every year.
Yeah, it happens every year.
It happens every year.
You ready to go around the valley, Steve?
Well, you know, on these old legs, I guess, yeah. Let's make it a nice slow tour here.
That's why we have these cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless.
Look at
I
that.
love living here, and that's one of the reasons.
Boy, what a sunrise, huh?
It's just gorgeous. It's beautiful.
What else can you say about that?
Yeah.
You know, it speaks for itself.
And this is the time of year when you want to cram in as much outdoor activities as you possibly can.
It's just gorgeous outdoors.
Yeah. Get out and get some golfing in, do some hiking, whatever the case may be. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. A little windy tomorrow, but they were hoping for a little bit of rain. They've kind of backed off on that. In fact, we have a slide that's going to show you how long it's been since we've had rain. And it's we're getting close to record-breaking drought here, Steve.
Uh-oh.
It's concerning now. Camera 2, Kat says, let's slowly dissolve and say hello to our friends. As that's Steins.
A little breezy this morning.
Steins, yeah. A little breezy up there. That's pretty exposed camera, of course. And even the lightest wind will make it buffer around a little bit. In fact, you're talking about right now in Kashmir, Steve, 52 degrees. You're right. South-southeast wind about 7 miles an hour. So it's a little breezy there.
A mere zephyr.
Yeah, yeah. Who, by the way, are opening for Dave Matthews coming up next week. Zephyr, they're a great band. Keyboardist is fantastic. Camera 3, that's Lake Wenatchee. That's our Two Rivers camera. Looking down Lake Wenatchee. I got some family members going to be heading up there this weekend.
Looks like a volcano eruption there in the distance. I don't know.
It does, doesn't it? You know what? It's kind of funny. We haven't talked about the Cougar Creek fire in a long time. It's contained. It's just going to burn itself out. But I wonder if there's still a little bit of kind of just residual.
I'm
still
sure there is
burning.
some residual smoke up there. Although things have really kind of calmed down as far as fire weather is concerned. In fact, I was reading this morning that campfires are now being allowed in some areas.
Which is good.
The burn ban is still in effect, though, folks.
Okay.
So no burning, no outdoor burning.
Good morning, Lake Wenatchee. Thanks for joining us. Camera 4. Let's say hello and good morning to that gorgeous view. I want to say that is the Billy Goat camera that's pointed the other direction, Kat. Oh, I blew that one. Help me out then.
Upper Butte.
Oh, it's Upper Butte looking down the other side.
Okay, we're in the Lake Chelan area.
Yeah, so Lake Chelan is way off to your left there. You can't make it. It's not in frame there, but that's a gorgeous shot there.
That is nice.
That's beautiful.
The plateau.
But again,
looking across the Waterville Plateau.
You look at those hills and you go, geez, one catalytic converter, one bizarre lightning strike, and we're at it again because it's just so brown.
In the distance, is that Natapod?
No, that would be, I believe, the Waterville Plateau.
No, I mean past. In the distance.
Oh,
there.
way out in the distance.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. It's Eastern Washington, high desert. Hi, everybody. Badia, say, do you remember? The weather forecast from the National Weather Service looks something like this. Take a look at it. Partly sunny today, mild, about 76, just about normal. We were a little cooler yesterday, Steve. We were at 71, slightly below normal. But a good looking weekend. A little windy tomorrow. Mostly cloudy tonight. We're going to have a weak system come in. It's not packing any punch. They were hoping a couple of days ago would have a little bit of rain. You can just 86 the rain. In the mountains, the Cascades are going to get a little bit of rain. Puget Sound's going to get a little bit of rain. We're not going to get any down here, I'm afraid, but we will have clouds tonight, 55 for the overnight low. Lots of sunshine, 72. We'll have some filtered sunshine mixed with some just good old plain sunshine Saturday. Steve, 12 to 17 mile an hour, light northwest wind increasing in the afternoon. So it looks really good for the Wenatchee River Salmon Fest, for the hydroplane races up in Manson, whatever's going on.
State parks are free.
Yeah, oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you for reminding me of that. And of course, you'll notice that autumn leaf because it is the first day of autumn tomorrow night, the autumnal equinox. Sunday, break out the golf clubs, 71. Monday, break out the golf clubs, 76. Near 80 Tuesday and Wednesday.
Wow.
As we transition from summer to fall, we're still going to have some summer-type weather. But look at those overnight lows. Keep
Starting
getting
to
a
dip
little cooler.
down into the upper 40s.
Yeah. So let's take a look at this slide. It's going to be very sobering. Look at this. This is how many days in a row that we have not had measurable precipitation. Now, you can add another day because we made this slide yesterday, so now it's up to 85 days
74 was the record year, huh?
Yeah, that's a long
72,
time.
yeah.
And we talk about measurable precipitation. We've had sprinkle-dinkles here and there, but it's not enough to register on the rain gauge at Payne-Bohr Memorial Airport. So we haven't been completely dry, but it's got to rain enough to measure on the gauge. It has to get to a certain point, and we haven't gotten there. 85 days in a row now without measurable rain. That is a long, dry stretch. We need rain. We need it.
do.
Yep, we really do. So there you go. There's our drought situation for north central Washington, and it doesn't look like the next 7 days are calling for any kind of precipitation at all. So there it is.
Grin and bear it at this point.
Yeah, grin and bear it. It is 7 minutes after the hour on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Steve Hare has a bunch of news coming your way in just about 1 minute, so grab your cup of coffee, come back and join us with the news. And Steve Hare, and it's brought to you by our friends at Cascade Medical. Train with a physical therapist who loves the outdoors as much as you do, and that would be Cascade Medical. They're partners in your health.
The physical therapists at Cascade Medical love the outdoors as much as you do. But sometimes where there's love, there's also pain. Let us help you get back to the activities that you love. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
Leavenworth Oktoberfest. Fall is in the air and so is the aroma of sizzling bratwurst. It's time once again for the Leavenworth Oktoberfest. Enjoy 3 full weekends of fun for everyone. Your thirst will be satisfied with a variety of authentic German beer, and your hunger will be filled with German brats right off the grill. The sounds of Umpah will be delivered in 4 venues with live non-stop entertainment. For information or to purchase tickets, go on to LeavenworthOktoberfest.com.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
And on this 21st day of September, welcome back to the program. Here's what's happening around north central Washington in the news. First of all, Chelan County Sheriff's helicopter used yesterday to recover the body of a man who died while apparently hunting with a group up in the White Pass area. Sergeant Adam Musgrove with the Sheriff's Department said 2 emergency locator beacons were activated around 11 p.m. Wednesday evening. He said the death appears to have been accidental and health related.
It appears that there was a medical issue that happened up at White Pass in Chelan County along the Pacific Crest Trail, where our victim fell to an unknown health issue at this point, and was deceased there upon arrival.
Now, we still don't know the name of the victim. That name has been withheld until his family is notified. The helicopter transported the body to the airstrip at Fish Lake, where it was then turned over to the coroner, who will now conduct an autopsy to determine the exact cause of death. Also, the Grant County Sheriff's Office reports Warden Police arrested a 53-year-old Michael Levitt of Warden on a federal warrant for receipt of child pornography and possession of child pornography. That arrest on Wednesday. Levitt was then turned over to the custody of the FBI. Now, the charges stem from an investigation which started earlier in 2018, where Levitt was arrested by Warden police for voyeurism. The FBI subsequent investigation uncovered that Levitt received child porn in 2009 and that he allegedly possessed child porn in 2018. Levitt was an emergency substitute teacher in the Warden School District. In other news, the Grant County Health District has issued a public safety alert for toxic blue-green algae at Moses Lake. Officials say it's likely that all parts of the lake are contaminated and not safe for swimming or skiing or any other recreational activities. The health district says it will continue testing the lake weekly until sample results show toxins are below the Washington State recreational guidelines. Now, the health district has posted warning signs all around Moses Lake. They'll be up until the lake is clear of that toxic algae. Pets and livestock are also at risk of illness or even death if they consume that water. Beginning tonight, the Washington State Patrol is conducting a statewide emphasis patrol. They're looking out for distracted drivers. According to the Washington Traffic Safety Commission, distracted driving is the cause of 30% of all traffic fatalities and makes up 23% of all serious injury collisions in our state. So far this year, the State Patrol has contacted over 18,500 drivers for distracted driving. Last year, troopers stopped over 17,000 drivers. The penalty for distracted driving is $136 for the first offense. If you're issued another citation within 5 years, that penalty then climbs to at least $234. Additionally, each offense is reported to your insurance company, so it's going to hit you in the pocketbook in a number of ways. Well, it was rodeo time earlier yesterday at Chelan County Public Works, but it's not the kind of rodeo you might think. Jill Fitzsimmons of Chelan County Public Works tells us more.
So today we have our 7th annual Public Works Equipment Rodeo. And what that is, it's a kind of a friendly competition and a testing of the skills of our equipment operators. We do this once a year. First time this year, the city of Wenatchee has joined us. So it's something that we look forward to every year. We have 4 events that the crew members and the operators compete in. The first one is a tech challenge. It's a written test that our mechanics participate in. And really, they're kind of the unsung heroes. They're the people that keep all the rest of the crew on the road throughout the year. We have 3 other competitions: the truck challenge, the backhoe, and the loader competition. The first place finisher in each of those events then will go on to a state competition. And this year, that is going to be in Wenatchee at the American Public Works Association Conference. So that will bring operators from all over the state to compete together. And of course, then the winners at that level go on to nationals.
And hopefully we can get the winners' names from yesterday's rodeo. And by the way, that's not spelled this way you normally spell rodeo. It's R-O-A-D-E-O. Hey, this weekend, dinosaurs are coming alive at the Town Toyota Center. The event is called Jurassic Quest. It's a traveling animatronic dinosaur exhibit. They're currently setting up their show for the weekend at the Town Toyota Center.
We travel the country, different city every week, setting up the dinosaur show that we have behind us. We're in the very early stages of our show right now, so they're just now getting the dinosaurs out of the trucks, get everything that we need to get a successful show started. But we don't only just have the dinosaurs behind us. You can see a lot of people working behind us, and each one of them has a huge love for dinosaurs, children, something. It really does take a lot of work to set up this show, and we really do pride ourselves in the amount of love that we bring to each city. We do very much care for all of these dinosaurs and all the children that come through our show. So everyone has a different reason for doing it. Myself is, I get to see all these children's faces light up. As soon as they walk through the door, some of them are a little more timid, and then they kind of light up, and that love for dinosaurs ignites within them. The setup process, we've pretty much nailed it down to a science, and we try getting faster every week, so we have it down to about a day and a half right now.
Great show down at the Town Toyota Center. In fact, I think I'll read this like a T-Rex here, okay? Here we go. In fact, they have over 100 life-size animatronic dinosaurs that are going to be featured at the show this weekend.
Something that we have exclusive to our show is the baby dinosaurs and the walking dinosaurs. We are the only show in North America to have the baby dinosaurs. So once the kids get to see one of the baby dinosaurs that we have here to offer, we have a baby Triceratops, a baby T-Rex, and a baby Camarasaurus. The kids kind of go crazy with the baby dinosaurs. They can actually pet them, they get to interact with them, and the dinosaur trainers just carry them in their arms. So the kids they get to see those dinosaurs and their imagination runs wild. Obviously, we have lots of bounce houses, tons of dinosaur rides, but we don't only just have those. We have arts and crafts, we have science station, we have so many educational factors here at Jurassic Quest as well. Not only can you walk up to any one of our staff members and ask them any question you'd like, and we'd try our very best to answer it, like even how to name just a dinosaur. You can go through a tour of the whole scene, all the exhibit, and really get to know each dinosaur. It just depends. Every child wants something specific. Some kids really just want to come in and see all the bounce houses and all the rides and inflatables, and we accommodate that. Go ahead, go straight to the rides and have fun all day. But there are lots of kids who come in here with tons of questions, and sometimes they correct us, and that is A-okay. We really do pride ourselves in everything that we offer, everything that we display is as factual as possible.
That's Jurassic Quest. It starts today, starting at 3. It continues until 8 o'clock tonight. Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. And tickets can be purchased online at JurassicQuest.com, or you can pick them up at the door at the Town Toyota Center. Well, tomorrow is not only the final day of summer, the first day of fall, it's also Public Lands Day, which means free entry at all state parks. National Public Lands Day is celebrating its 25th year and is the nation's largest single-day volunteer event for public lands. National Public Lands Day brings together hundreds of thousands of individuals and organizational volunteers to help restore the country's public lands. Public lands encompass national parks, monuments, wildlife refuges, forests, grasslands, marine sanctuaries. The list goes on, and they're managed by public agencies. So go out and enjoy your public lands free gratis tomorrow. And we close this morning with a video that was shared with us by a TV station in New York State of the 1914 Curtiss flying boat that was built recently by Century Aviation, which is located at Pangbourne Airport, East Wenatchee, after making its first successful test flight at Moses Lake last month, which we covered at NCW Life News. It was then shipped to Hammondsport, New York for the annual Wings and Wheels Air Show. The aircraft will now make its home at the Glenn H. Curtiss Air Museum in New York, which is located there in Hammondsport. But here's the video that was taken just this past weekend, at Lake Neutal. And again, that's in the Finger Lakes region of New York State. And here was the video that was shared by the TV station. Take it away.
That is art. Keep going.
Absolutely amazing. Just a remarkable project, and I'm just continually amazed at the work they do up at Century Aviation. But we're working right now to get Karen and Mark, the owners of Century Aviation, on this program to explain more about that particular project and the new one that they're working on.
Oh yeah, I'd love to have them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
They'd love to come in and talk about this, but they're constantly working on new projects. This particular aircraft, of course, it last flew in 1915, crashed in a lake in Michigan, and it was the parts were sitting in a barn for years until
in fact, when they found it, they didn't know what it was.
They didn't know what it was at first. Yeah, but they were able to restore everything without the original plans, and now they've got the complete boat.
Can you get them on the show? I want to have on the show.
Yeah, we'll get them on with you.
Oh, that it reminds me, housekeeping. The guest today, Eric Bigger, who's took over for Judge Judith McCauley, who retired. We're talking about Douglas County District Court. Judith McCauley retired. Eric Bigger was appointed by the Douglas County Commissioners to fill that vacancy. Now he's running in his own right to retain that seat. He's running against Robert Hunter on the November 3rd general election. He came by yesterday, and you visited with Eric Bigger, and we will have that conversation in the second half of the program.
Interesting guy.
Yep, absolutely. And speaking of housekeeping, we promised you the results of the rodeo. Spelt funny. There they are.
Oh, here we are.
Those are your
Okay.
winners, your top three. And as they mentioned, as Jill mentioned in the story, the winner, number one, gets to move on to the next level, the state championships, which are going to be held right here in the big cities. So there, congratulations to these folks who do really good work. And special shout out to the maintenance shop mechanics, because people don't get to see them. You know, when you're out and about and you see the snowplow in the wintertime, or they're doing culvert work or whatever that Wenatchee Public Works are doing, or PUD or Chelan or Douglas, whatever, you don't see the mechanics because they're in the shop making sure that the rigs run correctly, and they get as much kudos as anybody else. So,
Absolutely.
congratulations. That was fun covering that story, by the way, yesterday. It was a good time. The news with Grant Olson comes your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5, 6, and 10, your three chances to catch up on what happened on this Friday. Grant Olson in the anchor chair, Eric Granstrom handling sports, and the whole team getting together and putting together a newscast. 5, 6, don't touch that, 5, 6, and 10. You can also watch it live on our stream, because we're constantly streaming. Whatever's live on TV is also available on our website at ncblife.com, available on demand as well, so you can watch it when you feel like it, on our Facebook page. I Need to Take a Breath. Here's Steve Hare with more information.
That's right. You can contact us any number of ways. Best way by email. Always, you can contact us at news@ncwlife.com. You can also click that little tab at the top of our website at ncwlife.com and talk to us. And then, of course, Facebook and Twitter are always available to you for conversation, and we'll keep you up to date on what's happening around the area. And then, of course, you can give us a call on our hotline at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295 for breaking news.
50 degrees, fair skies outside of our studios. Partly sunny skies, filtered sunshine today. 76, quite a bit of sunshine, a little breezy on Saturday. 72, mid to upper 70s with lots of sunshine for the upcoming week. It is 22 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a break. When we come back, sports, the obscure holiday. Today in history, birthdays. Everyone is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion and Steve's conversation with Eric Bigger. Busy Friday. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. Live this morning from Studio 44 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life channel.
I'm hungry.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local Tel. The annual Dahlia Show is this Saturday and Sunday at Pybus Market. Come see the state's best collection of dahlias at this free event. Also at Pybus is Sage's Child Advocacy Center When I Grow Up 5K Fun Run and Walk. It's happening on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
Welcome back. 24 minutes after the hour. Let's do sports. The Wenatchee Panthers hosted the Davis Pirates Big Nine volleyball match last night. We were there. The NCW Life channel was. The Panthers knocked off the Pirates 3-0. Wenatchee's solid play up and down the lineup, especially from Madison Johnson and Sydney Brownlee. They won 25-11, 25-8, and 25-21. Yep, Eric Granstrom and Leanne Brandon were there. They had the call right here on the NCW Life channel.
Pirates get it across. Hoberg on the return, and now beautiful vision down the line by Lily Dexter. Give her the point with the touch. Good for him again. Backline it goes to Hoberg. King chases it down. Now they get it across. Panthers setting up nicely, and the left-handed shot again nearly in by Johnson. King up front. It comes to Bellman. Panther student body helping them out here and helping Wenatchee to a first game win. 25-11 is the score in the first. Service is a good one. Back line to McCreary. Up front to Clark. Clark off of Kili Nananui, and like that,
from Boise.
Point from Boise. It's a point for the Panthers, and they win game 2, 25-8 on the service. Now to Skahan White. Beautiful job by Dexter to get after that one. Now front line, it goes to McCreary off of King. Here's Benitez getting it towards the front. Skahan White goes deep with it. Dexter returns it. Now the attempt. Oh, Wenatchee, great job on the return that time as Brownlee digs it out. Crosses over. Now, no man's land, but there's Brownlee again for Wenatchee. How about this volley back and forth? Best of the night. That's too deep. Off of King. Out. Panthers point. 22-20.
That was a great idea by Davis Aceta right there, though. It was open.
Here's Johnson again with the left hand on the left side, and somebody's into the nets.
Bummer, wait.
Is it? And that is the way the game will end, and that will be a win for the Panthers. But give Davis some credit here in the third game, a valiant effort to try to come back and get it and then extend it into a fourth. But it is a 3-0 sweep here for Wenatchee.
And the Panthers improved to 2-0 in Big 9 play with the victory last night. Back to the Les Schwab scoreboard, another volleyball action. You see it on your screen. Cascade blanked Omak 3-0. Chelan stopped Kashmir, also 3-0. On the soccer pitch last night, Eastmont got second half goals from Carissa Miller and Jaden Brown. They shut out Sunnyside 2-0. The Wenatchee Panthers lost their first league game of the year. They fell to Moses Lake in Moses Lake. The final there was 1-0. Kashmir, no trouble with Chelan, and that is not a typo. Manson over Pateras in soccer, 14-1. Everybody into the pool. Les Schwab scoreboard includes swimming and diving, and the powerhouse Wenatchee High School girls swimming team did it again. They swept Eisenhower and Davis in the double duel at the Wenatchee High School pool on Thursday, as you see there. It's Friday night lights, and boy, the Eastmont Wildcat football program has it going right now, don't they? They're off to a 3-0 start. Got an 8-game winning streak stretching back to last year. Wildcats came from behind to beat Ellensburg last week in a game that we televised. The final was 20-14. Head coach Michael Don says it was a good eye-opener for his team.
It was good for somebody to come punch us in the mouth. I felt for the first 2 weeks we kind of just physically dominated, and I felt like our kids kind of overlooked them, and that's on us as coaches. They just thought they were kind of riding high and riding a little too high, and I don't think we played our best football, but we were able to overcome that and get a win at the end of the day.
Carson Talley has rushed for 266 yards in 3 games so far. Has already scored a couple of touchdowns. He says Eastmont has stayed focused on the task at hand.
I think we've been improving a lot. We've gotten more yards through every game we've played, but I still don't think we've reached our full potential, our full offense, really. I still think we have a lot more tricks up sleeve. My personal goal is 100 yards per game and just block as best I can for my teammates. Just if I'm not running good, just put blocking my first priority. Just get my teammates going, and if I don't have a good game, I'll try to give them the best game they can.
Eastmont's going to be in the Lilac City of Spokane tonight to take on West Valley Eagles. They're 2-1. Coach Don says the non-league finale for the Wildcats will be a good test.
Last year, West Valley of Spokane was in the state semis, 12-0. They did graduate a lot of guys. They had some really talented kids last year, but we think they have a good program. They got some good, tough kids. They got some big linebacker-type kids, a couple of 200-pound looking linebackers, and they move pretty well, and so we think it'll be a good matchup.
Go Wildcats. Kick off at 7 o'clock tonight. In fact, there's your rest of your prep schedule for this Friday night. Let's take a look-see. Wenatchee will try to make it 2 in a row. They'll open a Big 9 play down in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato. They got Eisenhower tonight. Kashmir hosts another non-leaguer. They got Cheney. Cascade is also home tonight in Peshastin. They'll take on Kings. Chelan travels to Granger. On the B side is Waterville-Mansfield taking on Bridgeport in Bridgeport. Antioch hosts Wellpinit. Manson's on the road at Wilbur Creston. All those games kick off at 7 o'clock on the prep schedule for soccer. Let's head to the pitch. Tomorrow, Chelan will host Tonasket at 11 a.m. Cascade is on the road at 1 o'clock. In volleyball tomorrow, Kiona, Benton, Connell, and Chelan are all meeting at Cascade High School. That's an 11 a.m. start. Kashmir's on the road. They'll be at Wapato, the gateway to Yakima, at 12:30. Wenatchee will host 10 teams tomorrow. They got Cascade, they got Kashmir, they got Eastmont. All of it going out at Walla Walla Point Park. It is cross country. The Wenatchee Invitational gets underway at 11 a.m. Chelan's cross country team, by the way, is on the west side at the Kings Invite. They'll start running at noon. Let me talk about the college football. The Cougars are in Los Angeles, California to take on the Trojans tonight. ESPN, 7:30 kickoff there. Friday Night Football for the Cougars. Tomorrow, Eastern Washington will host Cal Poly. On an afternoon game, Central Washington will kick off at Simon Fraser at 6 o'clock. And on ESPN Saturday night, it's the Huskies and the Sun Devils at Husky Stadium. The Wenatchee Wild in Chilliwack this weekend is the BCHL Showcase. They got Alberni Valley today at 1:30. They'll take on the host team, Chilliwack, tomorrow night at 7. And it's hard to believe, but it's the final weekend of the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Perfect weather to go to the WVSO. Stay with me here. It's the Fall Shindig is what they call it. It's Saturday and Sunday, 2 days of racing. Northwest Super Late Stocks, CR Legends, Pro Late Models, Street Stocks, Thunder Hobby Challenge, the Northwest Mini Stock Series. If it drives fast and turns left, it's happening this weekend. They have heat races Saturday and more racing and the main events on Sunday. And by the way, the Mariners are in Texas this weekend to take on the Rangers. Don't forget the Seahawks and the Cowboys Sunday on Fox for their home opener. And that's sports at 31 minutes after the hour. Speaking of sports, today's obscure holiday is Miniature Golf Day today. Why it's on September 21st, I don't know. Miniature golf. Of course, it's just putting on an artificial surface, but we have a couple of really nice miniature golf courses here in the Northwest. And if you like to putt on real grass, Desert Canyon has one of the finest ones you'll ever play. Miniature golf debuted under the name of Thistledew. Thistledew. That name was derived from the Scottish pronunciation of the words, "this will do." It was called Thistledew. Now we just call it miniature golf. And I love miniature golf. It's fun. I haven't played it in a while. Miniature Golf Day. Go out and putt around. Head down to the Tap and Putt downtown. Have a couple of cold ones and roll a golf ball. It's good for the soul. 31 minutes after the hour. Today in history. Today is the 76th anniversary of the maiden flight of the Boeing B-29, known as the Super Fortress. It made its maiden flight September 21st, 1942. The single most expensive weapons project that the United States undertook in World War II. About almost $2 billion, I think is what it ran. They manufactured 3,970 B-29s. There are now just two remaining that can still fly. Most of them were scrapped. The B-29, critical to the United States war effort, flew for the first time in the state in 1942. Happy anniversary to Monday Night Football. September 21st, 1970, Monday Night Football premiered on ABC. In Cleveland, the Browns defeated the Jets 31-21. It aired on ABC until 2005. Now, of course, it's on ESPN. The franchise with the most Monday Night Football appearances, the Miami Dolphins. The franchise with the most victories on Monday Night Football, the San Francisco 49ers. And the team with the highest winning percentage on Monday Night Football, the Seattle Seahawks. There you go. September 21st, 1996, 22 years ago today, President Clinton signs DOMA into law. The Defense of Marriage Act was signed into law. Of course, the law prohibited federal recognition of same-sex marriage. And of course, on June 26, 2015, in Obergefell v. Hodges, the United States Supreme Court ruled that the 14th Amendment requires that all states recognize same-sex marriage. It happened on this date, September 21st, 1996. And finally, 10 years ago today, the very last event ever held at the original Yankee Stadium, the Yankees and the Orioles played baseball. After 85 years at Yankee Stadium, the Yankees won 7-3, and that was it. She's gone now. Of course, they got the new Yankee Stadium, but I miss the old one. 33 minutes after the hour, let's do some birthdays for you. How about Larry Hagman? Very talented actor, very well-known, very well-liked. Larry Hagman was born in the state in 1931, passed away about 6 years ago. Of course, J.R. Ewing on Dallas, and of course, Tony Nelson on I Dream of Jeannie, one of those few actors who had two iconic roles in television. Larry Hagman, born in the state in 1931. The king of horror, Stephen King, living the good life up there in Maine. Stephen King is 71 years old today. He's sold over almost 400 million books. He's pretty good. A good Stephen King novel is about as good as anything that you could possibly think of, especially if you want to just scare yourself. Happy birthday, Bill Murray, one of my favorites, the American actor, comedian, producer. It was funny, Tucker, one of our top content producers, and I just yesterday were talking about Lost in Translation, which is a wonderfully entertaining and touching movie. Bill Murray, of course, starred in Lost in Translation. Groundhog Day, Stripes, Tootsie, Ghostbusters, Saturday Night Live, Caddyshack. Bill Murray is 68 years old today, and he has an exact contemporary, Steve Hare. There he is, the pride of Oxnard. Steve's the kid in the middle there. There he is. Good looking shot of Steve. Oxnard's favorite son, Steve Hare, your friend of mine, our top news guy, is also 68 years old today. Happy birthday, Steve. The whole TV family loves you. 35 minutes after the hour. Everybody is entitled to Mike McDonough's opinion. We'll find out what's on Mike's mind this morning. And then Steve's conversation with Eric Bigger, running for Douglas County District Court Judge. He's already has the seat as an appointment. Now he wants it in his own right for the November election. He came by and visited us yesterday. Steve's conversation with Mr. Bigger coming up as well. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local Tel. Hands Across the Bridge is this Saturday from noon to 5:30 at the Walking Bridge in Walla Walla Point Park for National Recovery Month. Speakers and food will be in the park after. Saturday and Sunday is the Autumn Leaf Festival and Parade in downtown Leavenworth. Bring the family to this free event celebrating the turning colors. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
Yippee Skippy and Yahoo Wenatchee Valley, Collins Fashions launches our buy one red tag clothing item and get the next red tag clothing item free. That's right, free. Awesome selection of tanks, tees, capris, ankle pants, dresses, etc. Quality brands like Not Your Daughter's Jeans, Jag, French Dressing, Joseph Ribkoff, Tommy Bahama, and many more. Selected sale on Brighton and Lotus handbags and wallets. Sandals from Soft, Nicole on sale as well. Awesome sale, awesome service at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Jurassic Quest is coming, the largest and most realistic dinosaur event in North America. Experience a world of living, breathing dinosaurs, even baby dinosaurs. Over 80 true-to-life-size dinosaurs, including 30 newly discovered ones. See the fierce, true-to-life-size T-Rex, the skyscraping Spinosaurus, fossil digs, rides, activities, and more. Jurassic Quest is where the big dinos live. This event has doubled in size. Town Toyota Center in Wenatchee, this Friday through Sunday only. For guaranteed admission, get tickets now at JurassicQuest.com.
It's the 28th annual Wenatchee River Salmon Festival this Saturday at the historic Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. Visit the Native American Village, be eye to eye with the fish in the giant aquarium, play salmon games, and visit the exhibitors, including the Reptile Man, plus Birds of Prey and other performances. And as always, the Wenatchee River Salmon Festival is absolutely free. This Saturday, September 22nd from 10 to 5. For more information, swim to their website, salmonfest.org.
Okay, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, lots of folks, they don't like the red light cameras here in town. Big Brother is watching, they like to say. Well, if that's how you feel, don't give Big Brother anything to watch. You know, we all know where the cameras are. Southbound on Chelan at 5th, southbound on Chelan at Okanagan, and northbound on Mission at Kittitas. I mean, what's so hard about being a little careful at these intersections? And what's wrong with these intersections, which have been proven to be risky? What's wrong with them having some extra monitoring? And why would you want the cameras removed? So you can run the red light cameras and not get caught? I mean, come on. Sheesh. I mean, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local Tel. Jurassic Quest is happening Friday through Sunday at the Town Toyota Center. Kids can check out the dinosaur exhibit, science stations, fossil digs, inflatables, and more. Bring the family to the Wenatchee River Salmon Festival happening this Saturday at the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. There will be education, hands-on activities, entertainment, and more. For more information, visit ncwlife.com.
Hi everyone, Brent here at Town Nissan. Will you look at this 2016 Nissan Altima, or this 2016 Nissan, or better yet, how about a 2014 Nissan Sentra? All three with very low miles, and all three certified through Nissan with up to a 100,000-mile warranty at no cost to you, where you could save thousands by buying a pre-owned Nissan. Come down today, see us at Town Nissan behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
The Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Join me for Life with Lisa Bradshaw on NCW Life. It's not about my life, it's about yours.
Well, we're getting closer to the big election coming up in November. A number of races to be decided by voters here in Chelan and Douglas County. We have one of our candidates joining us right now. He's Douglas County Acting District Court Judge Eric Bigger, who was appointed to the bench when Judge Judith McCauley retired earlier this year. So you've been appointed to serve out the remainder of her term.
Correct.
And that means you're up for election coming up in November.
That's correct.
And it's a contested race, by the way. So we wanted to find out a little bit more about Eric Bigger. Of course, he's been a long time fixture in the legal industry here in Douglas County, having served as a prosecutor in Douglas County for many years, and now on the bench in Douglas County District Court. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Steve. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we go back a long ways, I
do.
know. Covered a lot of ground, I think, during at least my 25 years here in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's find out more about Eric Bigger and what he brings to the bench in Douglas County in terms of your experience and your qualifications.
All right, well, it goes back a little bit. In 1987, I graduated from Gonzaga Law School, got my degree from that university, go Zags.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, my wife and I returned to the Waterville Plateau area. I opened up a private practice, and at the same time, I kind of moved while I had my private practice into public defense work. And so I was a public defender for about 3 years for Douglas County District Court, as well as the Douglas County Juvenile Department. In 1991, I was hired by then prosecutor Judy McCauley as a deputy prosecutor, and I worked with her until 1996, I think, is when she was elected to the district court seat, which is where I am now. And so in 1996, then current prosecutor Steve Klim came on board, of course, for Douglas County, and I worked with him up until 2014. And during that time period, I went from a deputy prosecutor to chief criminal deputy, and obviously in that position, I was in the courtroom on a regular basis, both in district court and superior court. Then after I left in 2014 from the prosecutor's office, I was appointed by Judge Hotchkiss to be a court commissioner for Douglas County Superior Court, as well as Judge McCauley to be a district court judge pro tem, and then in Chelan County as well, Judge Roy Ford, Judge Nancy Harmon appointed me as judge pro tem. So really for the past 3.5, now 4 years as judge, I've been on the bench.
What does a court commissioner do?
Well, you know, a court commissioner is a term generally used in Superior Court.
Mm-hmm.
Judge pro tem is a term used in District Court. But there's different types of court commissioners: statutory court commissioner, constitutional court commissioner. But the net effect is that in the absence of of Judge Hotchkiss. If he's on vacation or he's in another jurisdiction, then a court commissioner will come in and will hear the calendars, civil, criminal, basically anything that he had docketed during that time period. And we have the same authority as the judge, other than they can't do jury trials.
Okay, okay. Let's talk about your time on the bench now and well, the differences that you see from prosecuting, certainly, and as a defense attorney, you're in a different role now.
Yeah.
You've also served, as I understand, as a pro tem judge
Yes.
on that same court.
Yes.
And let's talk about that in your experience.
Well, certainly there is a difference of experience from being a prosecutor to walking behind the bench and sitting up there. You know, it's a difference, but it may not be as big as one might think. As a prosecutor, you're an advocate, but you are still, by law, you have to protect the constitutional rights of those individuals actually that you're prosecuting. So you got to make sure that they're afforded their due process rights. And so at the same time, you're an advocate for your position, depending on the charges that are brought. Now, as a judge, you know, you are impartial, you are unbiased, and that you weigh both sides and you make a decision. And it really wasn't that much of a transfer of position or a transfer of a belief system, because I guess my personal opinion is everybody that comes into court, they just don't give up their rights. They have their constitutional rights, and it's the judge's job to make sure that they are given full opportunity to have those rights honored, not only by the court, but also by everybody that's involved in the proceedings. And so it was not a difficult change in position, and it's one I've enjoyed very much.
Now, as a candidate, certainly, like other candidates, you've been out in the communities, walking the streets and knocking on doors and ringing doorbells and talking to your potential constituents, if you will. Yes. What kinds of issues and subjects do those people want to talk about? Is there a common theme?
You know, if there's a common theme, it's probably more than anything, it is talking about your background and experience. Because as a judicial candidate, you can't talk about a lot of things that
might come before you as a judge.
That might come before me as a judge. We just can't do that. And so it generally gravitates towards, you know, what's your experience? You know, how long have you been in the community? What's your experience? What do you have to bring to the table? And so it kind of centers around that. Certainly we have run into questions. When I say we, I mean my wife and I. She has joined me on the campaign trail, and I appreciate her support because she's doing a lot of work. But you know, sometimes we get questions well, what are your political leanings and things of that nature? And of course, as a judicial candidate, it's a nonpartisan position, and we can't really comment about what our personal leanings are. Because it is a nonpartisan position, and so that's, you know, unfortunately, we have those types of conversations that might leave the person we're talking to a little bit unfulfilled, but I think that is consistent with our obligations.
I know that that is a sensitive topic, talking about politics when you're talking about judicial positions. Although people, do you think they have a right to know whether you're conservative or liberal in your interpretations, let's say, of law and decisions in that time, rulings?
Well, I think it's important to note that I'm not sitting on the U.S. Supreme Court or the Washington Supreme Court. So as a district court judge, I'm not establishing policy. You know, I am applying the law that's handed down from those courts, as well as the courts of appeal. And so we're interpreting statute, we're applying Constitution, and we're making a ruling that is consistent with precedent. And so as a district court, and I'll even go so far as to say in the Superior Court races, what your leanings are isn't as significant if you are at a higher level, a federal court position. And so I understand the interest, I understand the questions, and I appreciate them. But you know, our task is to apply the law, and you know, in a fair and reasonable manner.
I think for a lot of us, our only real acquaintance with district court is if we get a parking ticket or a speeding ticket, we have to take that before you.
Yes.
I think that maybe our viewers might be interested on what your thoughts are on sentencing, and because I know that when I had to go argue a case that involved a parking ticket, I was able to at least get the fine reduced. So what kind of flexibility do you have as a district court judge in that regard?
Well, it depends. If we're talking infractions, there's basically three choices, okay, that the court has, or people have. It's mitigate, contest, or they can ask for a deferred infraction. So on a mitigation, then, just like you indicated, they come in and they say, look at my history, look at the facts and circumstances, and reduce the fine. And the court has full authority to do that. And so I see that on a regular basis, and I do mitigate on a regular basis. My philosophy is when people come into the courtroom, it doesn't mean they're a bad person. Everybody, gets a speeding ticket. Even me, I've gotten a speeding ticket. And so it's with that tone, I think, that is how I like to deal with people. But I do mitigate. And then we have contesteds, of course, then the court has to make a determination where the violation was committed. And then deferred infractions, basically put them on probation for a year, no new tickets, then it goes away.
Yeah. Has your job changed any with the advent of red light cameras?
Not in Douglas County. I'm not even sure we have red light.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do in Douglas County.
I've not seen a red
yet.
light.
Yeah.
I will say, when I sat as a judge pro tem in Chelan County, I did hear those types of cases, and there were the red light hearings that we had, and we'd play the video, and the person would provide their testimony, the court make a determination. So from a district court judicial aspect, I don't think it's changed our job.
Well, they don't give us a lot of time to talk on these little programs, but I certainly want to give you the last word on why people should be voting for Eric Bigger to retain you as district court judge for Douglas County.
All right, I appreciate that. Well, I guess what I would say is that when I talk to people, one thing I try to instill is that I'm really passionate about the position that I am. I have a deep respect for judges. Basically my entire career I spent in the courtrooms of Douglas County. And I've had an opportunity to practice in front of some fantastic judges. Judge Hotchkiss, Judge McCauley, Judge Bridges, Judge Small, just to name a few of them. And from them, I learned what it means to be a good judge, a judge that's fair, reasonable, professional. And early on in my career, I, of course, always had a deep respect, as attorneys should, for judges. But in later years, I think I developed a passion for the judiciary branch. And I think it is an awesome responsibility the courts have to represent the community, to apply the law and apply the Constitution to situations and make a fair and reasonable decision. And I have a strong desire to continue in this position. It's been fantastic so far, and I look forward to it, if elected, to continuing.
Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck in your endeavors, and good luck going forward.
All right, thank you very much.
Again, Eric Bigger is looking for your vote to retain him as judge of Douglas County District Court. I'm Steve Hare, NCW Life News.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas. And introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Eniac. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise. Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set. These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha pepitas.
A peach Red Bull.
NCW Life Channel is proud to present the Spotlight on Business. We're going behind the scenes to bring you the story of local businesses throughout North Central Washington. How did they get started, and why are they so successful? We'll answer these and other questions each week with Spotlight on Business, Sundays through Fridays on the NCW Life Channel.
Welcome back to this Friday, the 21st day of September. Ba-dee-ya-dee-ya-dee-ya. Dan Kuntz, the birthday boy. Steve Hare, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. You know, I've circled this sun now 68 years, and probably know less about life than I did at the start. A lot more questions than I have answers. That's definitely the truth.
I know what Steve's plans are tonight, because Steve, if you know Steve, like most people do, he's a USC Trojan. He loves the Trojans. He loves Southern Cal football, and they got the Cougars down there at the United Airlines Memorial Coliseum tonight. Friday night football down there.
That's right.
So
That's
you'll be
right.
watching your
Big game.
Trojans.
I'll watch the game. You bet.
Boy, there's no
root
rocket.
on my team, but you know they're not looking very good this year.
Yeah, I like the Cougars' chances down there in Los Angeles, California, the gateway to Wapato. There's a lot of things going on this weekend. I don't even know where to begin. I got our calendar up on our website. The Pike Minnow Derby is taking place this weekend. Manson's got the big Hydro Fest going on. They got that going on. Free admission at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center tomorrow. Free admission. Free parks admission, correct? Tomorrow as well.
Free parks. All public lands are free tomorrow.
Yep. Jurassic Quest. We did a story on that. The big. These things at the Town Toyota Center happens this weekend as well. The Wenatchee River Salmon Festival, of course, is back for the 28th big year at the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. That's all day tomorrow. Oktoberfest in downtown Wenatchee is going to be a great deal as well. I know I got some friends going down there. Jane will be down there, our director of First Impressions. She'll be down there as well. They got plays going on. They got the Mission Creek Players in conjunction with the Icicle Center for the Performing Arts.
Glenn Ross, the production?
No, they're doing, I'm sorry, Snowy Owl Theater has the Student Prince going on this weekend. The Mission Creek Players is doing Dancing at, I mispronounced it when, Lunasa, thank you, Kat. Dancing at Lunasa is the play that they're putting on Mission Creek in conjunction with the Icicle Center for the Performing Arts. That's at the Numerica PAC. It opened last night. They got another performance tonight and a second and finally one on Saturday.
Whew. There's no lack of things to do here in the Wenatchee Valley.
Yep, I'm going to get some
golf
in.
Great time of the year.
I got a 2-day weekend, which I haven't had for a while.
Wow, well.
I'm looking forward to that.
Go out and have fun.
Yeah. Monday's program, by the way, jam-packed schedule next week. On Monday's program, Jessica Johnson, your friend of mine from Sage, will be dropping by. They got a big fundraiser coming up. And also October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and we wanted to make a point on that. Also, the Wenatchee Valley Sportsmen's Association is going to be holding their annual Kids, Youth, Hunting, and Fishing Day next weekend, the weekend of the 29th. They'll be in to pay me a visit next week. I got a huge schedule of great stuff next week.
You're a veritable horn of plenty of events to do, aren't
Lots going on. Wherever you go this weekend, by the way, take your local television station along with you. We're portable.
That's right.
The NCW Life Channel. And with all that going on, what's Mother Nature got in store for us? Not bad at all. Take a look-see at your forecast there. Filtered sunshine today, Steve. A mixture of high clouds and sun. Warmer, 76. That's considerably warmer than it was yesterday. Really not much of a wind today. Mostly cloudy tonight. No rain associated with the clouds. 55 for the overnight low. Sunshine Saturday, lots of it. Light wind in the morning, little breeze in the afternoon, Steve. 12 to 17 miles an hour on Saturday afternoon, but a beautiful weekend. Beautiful Saturday. Good looking Sunday. Sunshine, no wind at all. High of 71. Overnight lows a little on the chilly side. And don't forget the autumnal equinox is tomorrow night at 6:54 p.m. It will officially be autumn 2018.
I'm ready for it.
Yep.
I'm ready for it. You bet.
Yeah. It's been a great week. Cal is a great coworker. Cal Fitzsimmons is our brand new news director, kind of taking some of the pressure off of Steve to, get everything done news-wise. Cal's been a great addition to our television family.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's been a good, fun weekend. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm tired.
I don't blame you. Dan puts in a lot of hours here.
Yeah,
at,
it's
NCW
been a
Live.
good week. Everybody, have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us here. We'll be back tomorrow. The news with Grant Olson, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.